I will never be a memory.
And what's going on, Read My Lips people? We are back. Back like we ain't never left, baby. So, day number 9,376 in quarantine. Being in quarantine is exhausting, is it not? I'm exhausted. And the days just sort of fly by. They all kind of blend into one. And I'm starting to look like a caveman. I got the caveman beard going. I used to be so pristine, so golden. Now it's like, who did it and why? But I'm sure you all can relate to that. So, that being said, let's get on with the two stories I have for the day. So, number one, Andrew Yang has announced he's launching a podcast. And I'm sure anyone that follows Yang or is in the Yanggang has seen this, and I thought I'd just do a quick talk about it. So, former Democratic presidential hopeful Andrew Yang is starting a new podcast called Yang Speaks, which he says will highlight economic and societal issues in the U.S. The former candidate, known for his freedom dividend or universal basic income, dropped out of the presidential race in February and has recently joined CNN as a political commentator. The show will be released weekly and will cover news about the future of the U.S. economy and society, according to the show's producers. Discussions will feature thought leaders discussing a variety of topics including tech, public policy, sports, entertainment, and pop culture. The series launch is slated for May 2020, so that's right around the corner. The podcast is in partnership with Cadence 13, a podcast studio and network. Andrew Yang's passionate ideas and vision for the future resonate with millions of people. Guests on Yang Speaks will feature some of the smartest and most interesting people in the world. So, of course, I'm going to be on there. I mean, it just makes sense. You guys, Jesus. Zach, and we all know who Zach is, said the ideas of our campaign have always deserved more airtime than a 60-second answer on a debate stage or a 3 to 5 minute TV hit, and I couldn't agree more. Yang announced on Twitter that his new podcast will include guests such as media specialist Van Jones. Most of Yanggang likes Van Jones. Crystal Ball, I'm a Crystal Ball fan, and other celebrities. He also launched a nonprofit group called Humanity Forward, who gave away a lot of money to people. They helped people out, I want to say last week or 2 weeks ago at the most. So Humanity Forward is already doing a lot. So yeah, when I saw this, I was very much impressed. I was excited. And in the tweet that he announced it in, he said, who else should I have on my show? And he saw people giving tons of examples of people that he should have on the show. And I like that he's not just speaking to, people in politics. He's going to speak to, everybody, celebrities, you name it, and get everybody's take on different situations. And this is something that, only a Yang can do. And I'm not saying that to kiss his ass, but it's true. As far as in politics goes, this is something that only really a Yang can do. I can't see Elizabeth Warren sitting down and doing Warren Speaks. You know what I'm saying? She doesn't have that kind of personality. I can't see Sanders sitting down and going Sanders Talks. It's definitely a Yang thing. And I'm sure, hear me now, quote me later, I'm sure that this podcast is going to hit record-breaking numbers. I'm not saying it's going to defeat a Joe Rogan as far as numbers goes. I'm not saying that, but it's going to do really well as far as numbers goes, I'm sure. So tell me, who do you think? Let me know in the comment section. Who do you think should be in the podcast? Who do you want to see Yang talk to? I'm sure there's a plethora of people out there that can give a good interview with Andrew Yang. And I would love to hear your answers. Let me know in the comment section below who you think Yang should speak to. Now, on to the second part of what I had to talk about today. So, good old TYT, or Anna Kasparian, to narrow it down. First, I'll start off by saying the Young Turks sort of broke people's political cherry. Is that fair to say? Is that okay to say? I'm saying it anyway. Meaning the Young Turks, they were different, and they got people back into politics and got people caring about politics back when obviously it was Senk and Anna, but John Aderola, I don't even think he had the damage report at the time. I don't think he might have. JR, wasn't on the panel as much, but they, put him in sporadically. Jimmy Dore was on there a lot. Um, and this was some years ago. This was years ago. And TIT was dope. And I didn't always agree with everything they said. I didn't always agree with Anna. I didn't always agree with Senk. But they let you know where their bias laid. And um, they were just very open. And the way they spoke was different. And they seemed human. Right? And then from there, the Young Turks sort of got people in a segue to secular talk. And that's when people started digging Kyle Kalinske. And I mean, if you were to ask me now, Kyle Kalinske is a much more prominent figure in left wing media, independent media, than a Young Turks now. Even though Young Turks is the biggest as far as internet media left wing organizations there is, Kyle Kalinske sort of took the reins as like the figurehead, my opinion. And they had Wolfpack back then. They went on to found Justice Democrats. They did a lot. So, am I into them as much now? No. I'll tune in every so often, occasionally, to see what they have to say. But we kind of, grew up digging TYT at one point. And like I said, I've disagreed and agreed with Anna on many things. I'm really surprised by the tweet Anna sent out at the Yanggang. Maybe we just caught her in a bad day. I don't know. But pretty much she said, I'm really fucking tired of having, and I hear this in her voice too, which is annoying. But she says, I'm really fucking tired of having the same goddamn debate with Yang supporters and their ridiculous $1,000 a month fix-all solution. Now you're strawmanning. I don't know any Yang gang ever, anywhere, that said $1,000 a month is a fix-all solution. Nowhere. You just made that up. You just made that up. No Yang gang are saying $1,000 a month is a fix-all solution. Done. Everything's done. Everything's fixed. The world is a better place. Nobody's saying that. You just made that up. And you're strawmanning, and I'm calling you out for it. Why would you say that? And then she goes, and this is what really got me. Just give it the fuck up already. No one's scared to debate you. It's just literally more productive to debate a wall at this point. So we're the equivalent to walls. We're hard-headed. Not going to get anywhere with us. And you've got better things to do. Am I saying there aren't Yang Gang that can be annoying or toxic or whatever? I'm not saying that. I think there exists that in every group. That exists that in Warren supporters. There exists that in Yang supporters. That exists in Sanders supporters. Of course, you can always take a small subset of people and be like, aha, see, look at this. But the majority of Yang supporters are not like that. And what saddens me is that you told us to just give it the fuck up. Just give up. You don't have to care about UBI and a Kasparian. But don't tell us to give the fuck up on it. If we told you to do the same thing about your version of Medicare for All, it'd be blasphemy. Right? You'd absolutely hate that if people kept telling you to give up on Medicare for All. I mean, the media is already telling you. When the media is telling you, when Joe Biden's telling you, when all these people are telling you, Anna, give up on Medicare for All, I'm not doing Medicare for All. Even if it comes to my desk, I'm not doing Medicare for All. Obviously, you don't like that. Obviously, you're like, what the fuck? Fuck you, bro, right? But to us, it's just give it the fuck up already. I feel like that's so beneath you. I feel like you had to be in a bad mood. Now, you don't got to debate anybody. You don't got to debate anybody. If people are hounding you for a debate, tell them fuck off. You don't have to do a debate, right? I'm not gonna sit here and shame you into not debating anyone, but at least people are willing to have a debate. We spend so much time trying to, on the left, trying to debate other people to get our point across, and they run from us. What happened with Kyle Kalinske? He there was multiple times he was supposed to debate people, and they ran away from him, right? I mean, the Charlie Kirk thing happened, but that was fucking horrendous. But you don't have to debate anyone if you don't want to. But please, don't tell us to just give it the fuck up already. That's insanity. Unless you meant give up something else. What are you talking about? Give up the debate against you? Are you saying give up debating you? Because if that's what you mean, then okay. But if you're talking about just give it the fuck up for UBI, then you're as wrong can be. You're as wrong can be. I'm not going to nitpick you to death because I could. And I'm sure you could turn around and nitpick me to death. Right? But I just feel like you were very wrong in this tweet. And you were probably angry. You were probably having a bad day. But, the guy, Josh Ring, I guess is his name, said something, and he was very, polite. He said, how about a substantive debate rather than throw criticism at a policy proposal? Or are progressives scared to argue the merits of their ideas now? And you flipped your lid. He asked for a substantive debate, and you flipped your lid. And then said that what we want is a fix-all solution. So I just I felt the need to bring this up, and Anna, you're better than this. Now I know some people in the comment section are gonna say no, she's not, because I saw that on Twitter. But you're better than this, and you can't have this mindset. You can't have this mindset. And this goes back to what I was saying about Bernie Sanders with did he betray the left? If you haven't seen that video, please watch that video. It's not that he betrayed the left, but there's so much closed-mindedness as far as policy goes in that camp. And she's a shining beacon of it. Come on now. If we were to take that same sentiment and apply it to Medicare for All, you'd flip your lid. Ridiculous. So that's it for today. Not a crazy long video. I just wanted to bring you those things. And what are your thoughts on what Anna Kasparian said? What are your thoughts on the Andrew Yang podcast? It would be dope if I can get on that podcast. That would be dope. That would be amazing. I mean, I'm not that interesting of a guy, I don't think. Maybe. But I fully plan on listening to it. And that's something I would listen to when I'm at the gym, on the treadmill, or something like that. I don't know if the gyms are going to be open again in May. I really don't. Because this coronavirus shit is no joke. So, yeah, that's it. If you like what you see, if you like what you hear, please like, comment, subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. If you don't, let me know in the comment section why. I'm always down to talk about it. I have a Cash App, a PayPal, and a Venmo link in the description below. Please feel free to donate to the channel. Every little bit helps. Hopefully I'll be talking to you guys soon. Have a good one. Peace.